Hello friends, welcome back to Science Online Classes. I am Dr. Basha, your science teacher. Dear students, in the previous class we studied about the cell, what is cell and what are the different type of cells. In this class we shall study about the parts of a cell, particularly the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane is also called as cell membrane. Then what is this? Where it is present? As I told you before, the cell membrane or the plasma membrane is the outermost layer of a cell which separates the contents of a cell from its environment. Understood? So also we can say that it is a protective layer also. Understood? The outermost layer or the protective layer which separates the contents of a cell from its environment. Understood? Then why it is present? The cell membrane is very important because it allows some of the part materials in and out. They are allowing inside and they are allowing to go outside also for some materials. Understood? At the same time, they also prevent some of the entry of some materials which are not necessary, which are harmful. So such type of materials the cell membrane will not allow. Remember, some of the important materials allowing to get inside and go outside of the body, but some of the materials will not allow. Hence, this membrane is also called as selectively permeable membrane. Selectively permeable membrane. Remember, the name itself indicating selectively means only the important materials are allowing to go in and out of the cell membrane. Understood? Selectively permeable membrane. So we have to discuss what type of materials are allowing and what type of materials are not allowing. Let me discuss first. As the living organism, the organisms or the cell requires the air, the food, the water, and at the same time they need to eliminate or remove the unwanted materials, waste materials which are producing inside the body. So see, these type of materials are allowing by the cell membrane. Let me start from the waste materials called as carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is producing within the body due to the activities going on in the cell. So this carbon dioxide, when it is increases in amount, increases in concentration within the cell, this carbon dioxide is allowing to go out of the body. Otherwise we can say the cell remove the carbon dioxide out of the body through this membrane. Understood? So such process of removing the carbon dioxide from inside the body of a cell to the outside environment through the process called diffusion. I already heard this name, the diffusion. What is diffusion? The diffusion is a process of movement of materials from its higher concentration region to its lower concentration region. So this process is called as diffusion. The cell eliminates the carbon dioxide which is producing inside the cell body. So through the process called diffusion. So the concentration is high within the cell of a carbon dioxide. So that carbon dioxide is less in outside the cell body. So that's why from inside the cell it will easily move out of a cell where the concentration is low. This process is called as diffusion. At the same time, so we have to be taught that one oxygen also, as the cell requires oxygen. So the oxygen is present in the environment in high concentration while compared to the cell. The cell requires very less amount of oxygen while compared to environment. So that's why the oxygen will move from environment to into the cell, because in cell the oxygen concentration is less. So that's why the movement of oxygen from the environment within the cell through the process called diffusion. Got it, all of you? What is diffusion? The cell membrane is very important. It allows the carbon dioxide to exit out of a cell and to take in the oxygen from the environment through the process called diffusion. Understood? So not only the oxygen and carbon dioxide is exchanging between the cell and the environment, but also the cell requires the water, which is most important to the cell also. So the water also will move in and out of a cell through the process called osmosis. Through the process called osmosis. Then this one also we heard. What is osmosis? Osmosis is also one type of a diffusion, where the movement of particles from its higher concentration region to its lower concentration region through a selectively permeable membrane. Remember, we have to add up this through the selectively membrane for the osmosis. Understood? So if the selectively permeable membrane is involved in this, so it is called as osmosis. Remember, once again I will repeat, the osmosis is a process of movement of particles from its higher concentration region to its lower concentration region through selectively permeable membrane. So that is called as osmosis, which helps for the movement of water in and out of a cell body. Got it, all of you? So based on this concentration of water inside and outside the cell body, so we are having three different type of solutions. The first one is hypotonic solution. Hypotonic solution. The second one is isotonic solution. Isotonic solution. And the third one is hypertonic solution. So remember, based on the concentration of water in and outside of a cell body, we have classified the solution into three categories. One is hypotonic solution. What is hypotonic solution? If the water concentration is high outside the cell body. Remember, within the cell body is very less concentration, and outside the cell body there is a high concentration. So when the concentration is high outside the cell body, then the inside, what happens? The movement of water from outside the body to the inside of a cell will take place. Understand? So such type of solution is called as hypotonic solution. Outside is maximum, inside is minimum. Got it, all of you? Then next, isotonic solution. Iso means same. Means the inside the cell body and outside the cell body, both the sides are equal in water. Equal amount of water concentration is present. Such type of solution is called as isotonic solution, where the net amount of water is moved from into inside the outside and outside to inside. Net amount of water is moving. We can say that one, the equal, there is no movement also, negligible. Understand? Then next, hypertonic solution. The hypertonic solution means the concentration of water is maximum inside the cell body than the outside. Hyper means high inside the cell body. Remember, so the water concentration is high inside the body than the outside. So as a result, the water molecules will exit from the cell body. Understood? So when the hypertonic solution is present, the water will eliminate from the cell. So such type of solutions are called hypotonic solution, isotonic solution, and hypertonic solution. Understood? Not only this, but also the cell membrane or the plasma membrane also helps for the movement of food in unicellular organisms. As we saw that one in that amoeba. The amoeba, when it senses the food materials nearby its body, it moves towards the food materials through their false feet, which is called as pseudopodia. So with the help of pseudopodia, the amoeba will reach to the food materials. As it reaches, it surrounds their body around the food material, and as a result, the food will enter from outside to inside the cell body through the process called endocytosis. Endocytosis. Got it? So the endocytosis is a process where the unicellular organisms or other microorganisms will absorb the food material from outside the body to inside. Understand? So this is also is with the help of this plasma membrane or the cell membrane. Understood? Remember one more thing is that this osmosis is very important. The osmosis will take place in plants also. Where the roots are present inside the soil, the water will absorb by the root hairs through the process called osmosis. Understood? So it means the outer layer of a root hair is called as membrane is there. This selectively permeable membrane will allow the required amount of water and the essential nutrients from the soil through the process called osmosis. So overall, what I am going to say, the cell membrane or the plasma membrane will be very important to protect the cell content from its environment. Second, it helps for the exchange of gases, carbon dioxide, oxygen through the process called diffusion, and also helps for the movement of water through the process called osmosis, and also helps to absorb the food materials through the process called endocytosis. I hope and you understood about this selectively permeable membrane, which is called as plasma membrane. So in our next classes we will study about remaining parts of a cell. Thank you, Vinay.